Dollars holding on to gains against the yen, loonie, and Aussie in afternoon trade. There is muted reaction to the latest batch of U.S. data. Now, preliminary first quarter GDP in the U.S. rose at a mere 0.7% annual pace. This data reflects the smallest increase in consumer spending since the end of 2009. Now, consumer outlays rose just 0.3%, a steep decline from the 3.5% gain at the end of last year. Also, the GDP slowdown appears to be tied to temporary effects. Now, keeping that in mind, the Commerce Department reported that personal consumption expenditures, or PCE, rose at 2.4%, and that is the annual pace in the first quarter, topping the central bank's target of 2% for the first time in several years. Meanwhile, the University of Michigan's Consumer Sentiment Index hit 97 in April, coming in below expectations, but up from the prior month's reading. And the Chicago Business PMI rose to 58.3 in April from 57.7 in March, coming in above forecast. And in overseas economic data, Eurozone bond yields and stocks were higher, and this came after Eurozone inflation beat expectations in April. In New York morning trade, euro dollar is higher by 0.2% at 1.0890. Pound dollar is higher by 0.3% at 1.2940, while dollar yen is gaining 0.15% at 111.41. The euro yen cross is in the spotlight today, and that pair broke above a former declining trend line. The RSI is also mixed to bullish, and long positions above 121.05 are preferred, with targets at 122.65 and 122.90 in extension. Moving on to precious metals, they are mixed in afternoon trade. Gold does remain bullish, and the RSI is supported by a rising trend line. Now, long positions are preferred by Trading Central analysts above the 1261.5 level, with targets at 1271 and 1274.5 in extension. Silver futures are off 0.4%, trading hands at $17.19. And that does wrap it up for this afternoon. I'm Remy Blair reporting from the New York Stock Exchange. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at Trading Central. Have a great weekend.